Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to JWE Friday Night Eclipse. Tonight we're in Portland, Oregon, where we begin the second half of the year after an incredible Summer SmackDown PLE. How will Jaren do in his first night as champion against one of the most slept-on superstars in the men's cruiserweight division? Can Eggman start off his newest title campaign off on the right foot against the Mad Dog? Get ready for a night of 8 incredible, drama-filled matches, because this is Eclipse. And here we go, starting off our night. Introducing first, it is the bear of the TV world. And one of the most underrated men in the cruiserweight division. It is Teddie. Teddie coming off of some pretty big wins against Yusuke, against 9S, and looking to do it again against the men's Nexus champion. And his opponent, it is that men's cruiserweight, or not cruiserweight, Nexus champion. It is the ringleader, finally, with some hardware around his waist. It is Jaren. And Jaren coming off of an incredible bout against Jayden, against Jack the Ripper on Sunday. Having no right to come out on top, but ended up getting the 3 count, ended up winning the belt. And you never quite know how long somebody can hold on to the belt. I mean, just look at Fiora. Here go Teddie and Jaren looking at, staring each other down. Teddie jumping over the bull rush, but Jaren with the stomps. Teddie kicking out. Looking for the springboard, but Jaren grabbing him from behind. Irish whip into the corner. And a corner elbow. And looking for the senton, but nobody's home. Teddie again on the offensive. Standing shooting star press. And rolling Jaren onto his side. Kick right to the spine. And again. Trapping the arm. And Jaren rolling to the outside, climbing back in, and Teddie heading to the outside, climbing back in. Jaren turning that around with an elbow. And now gut wrench over the shoulder. Backstretch submission that Teddie immediately elbows out of. Irish whip standing, doubling backflip drop kick. And going for the pin, there's one. Jaren kicks out. Bottom rope moonsault, Teddie with the connection. And another pin, and not even a 1 count this time. Jaren getting out of the way of that clotheslines. Ducking underneath. Pop up. Double leg drop kick. And now hammerlock. DDT. And going for the pin. There's one, there's two. Teddie gets the shoulder up. Both men looking for the kicks. Not quite sure who landed which. And Teddie with a leg drop bulldog. Forcing the Nexus champion back up to his feet. Running clotheslines, catching that kick. And the trip. Teddie going for the pin. There's one, there's two. Jaren kicks out. The Irish whip. Hurricane Rana. I thought that was going to be a drop kick. And Jaren setting himself up against the northern ropes, getting to his feet. Teddie with the advantage. And a Hurricane Rana after Jaren thought that he had the control. And now Teddie with the interceptor. And the pin. There's one, there's two. Jaren gets the shoulder up. Teddie looking for the face buster. Jaren fighting his way out. And now challenging Teddie to a bout of fisticuffs. Jaren seemingly with the early advantage. Knife edge chop against the throat. And setting Teddie down. Jaren with a stomp to the face. Forcing Teddie up to his feet. Hammerlock. DDT this time on the outside. Now Jaren lining up the finisher. Spinning back heel kick. And the pin, there's one, there's two. And three.
Here is your winner, Jaren!
And I wonder if we're seeing a bit of a resurgence. If winning that Nexus Championship bout, if that, if that lit a fire underneath him or what. 'Cause that was pretty strong. And for our next matchup, and our first tag team matchup of the evening. Introducing first, it is Yu Narukami and Yosuke Hanamura, Brosona.
On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 282 pounds, the Free Brothers.
And their opponents. They are your former men's tag team champions before being dethroned last Sunday.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 252 pounds, the Anarchists.
It is Kokichi Oma and Rantaro Amami. D.I.C.E. Here go Narukami and Amami, the first in the ring. Referee rings the bell, they meet in the middle. With Amami immediately beginning with a half-hitch knee raise and an axe kick right to the upper spine. Setting Narukami into the corner. Kokichi with the spear. Rantaro tossing Narukami again in the corner. And an early tag. Kokichi with a running neck snap. And missing on the secondary neck snap. It's rare that we see a failed tag team attack, or at least a mistake during a tag team attack. Narukami with a strong lariat. And tagging in Hanamura. Hanamura with a standing double leg dropkick. Sending Kokichi for a run, diving underneath. Jumping over. Standing double leg dropkick. Kokichi just pushing that away, kind of, but Hanamura with a springboard Hurricane Rana head scissor toss. Hanamura with a kick to the spine. And setting himself up in the corner to just taunt on Kokichi. Running, flying forearm in the corner. And an alley-oop powerbomb going for the pin. There's one. Almost a 2 count. But that doesn't really matter. Deadlift deadlift suplex. And just a kick to the stomach. Narukami with a stomp to the face. And a running soccer ball kick. Kick to the spine, and now Narukami heading up top. I think Kokichi might be a little bit too close. Nope, perfect distance for that double foot stomp. And the pin, Rantaro's going to break it up early. That's never a good sign. What, 3 minutes into this match and you already have to break up a pinfall? That often doesn't spell good things. So Kokichi with the reversal. Forcing Narukami up to his feet. Toss into the corner. But Narukami elbowing out. Kokichi elbowing out. Narukami with a spinning elbow, sending Kokichi down. And a soccer ball kick, just kicking Kokichi away from the corner. And tagging in Hanamura. Making sure that Brosona's energy is as high as possible. Because the further you go into a match, like the longer you are in the ring, there's 2, no 3. The more time you spend in a ring at one point, the more energy you exude, and then, the harder it is to recover. So if you just quickly keep changing in and out, you're going to maintain that energy, you're going to keep up a high potential offense, as Kokichi finally tags back out. These are the things that you have to think about during a tag team match. Hanamura tossing Rantaro into the corner. And a running facebuster. Rantaro to the outside. Hanamura tagging out again, just keeping up their energy. Narukami looking for the senton. It's sent out to the floor. Without hitting anything. Except the floor. Rantaro punishing that mistake, tossing Narukami back in the ring. And now tossing Rantaro into the northeastern corner. Rantaro with the offense. Satellite DDT. And Hanamura looking for the tag. Rantaro tossing Narukami back into D.I.C.E's corner. Again, trapping Narukami in the corner, tagging in Kokichi. Snap mirror neck snap. And Kokichi not even trying the secondary neck snap there. Instead, sending Narukami for a run, pop-up punch. But Narukami with the reversal. Clothesline in the corner, elbow pushing Oma away, and tagging in Hanamura. Yosuke forcing Kokichi up to his feet. Elbow looking to do a little bit more damage than it did. Scoop slam. And now in the corner, Kokichi's gonna take advantage and tags out. Now, Rantaro down, going for the pin. There's one, there's two, no three. Almost stealing a win there. Hanamura taking Narukami back in. And Narukami with the fire stomps. And the pin attempt, there is one, there's two. Another 2 count for Rantaro. Narukami with a wrist clutch. Double knees. And a facebuster going for the pin. Kokichi's gonna break it up. Rantaro to the outside. Narukami just beating on the chest of Kokichi. Now looking for the arm breaker, but Rantaro with the reversal. And Narukami doing the same thing to Rantaro. And again to Kokichi. Rantaro back inside the ring. But Narukami tossing him out onto the apron. Rantaro with the reversal. Immediately into the clutches of Rantaro. And the corner half hitch knee raises. And Narukami taking out Hanamura back in. And immediately sent down by Rantaro, who goes after Narukami. Hanamura's right there. But Rantaro catching that springboard, the alternating forearms, and the Revolute knee strike going for the pin. And Narukami's going to break it up. Trapping Hanamura in the corner, but Hanamura slipping out from behind. Or slipping out to behind. But Rantaro with a pickup facebuster and tagging in Kokichi. Hanamura rolling out of the way of the kick. But Kokichi tossing Hanamura into the corner. Hanamura elbowing out. And Kokichi trying it again. Knife edge chop, and again, now would be a great time to do a tag team attack with Rantaro, but Hanamura again just elbowing out of the corner. Hanamura back inside the ring at the count of 6, but Kokichi with a jumping neck breaker. And Hanamura with the reversal, there's a clothesline. And forcing Kokichi up to his feet. Walking him to the corner, scoop slam in the corner. And now middle rope. Telling Oma to get up to his feet. And Hanamura tagging out. Powerbomb into the elbow drop for Narukami, going for the pin. There's one, there's two, Rantaro breaks it up. But advantage swinging back over to Brosona's corner. And this could be a tag team attack. But Kokichi elbowing out. And a neck breaker. Hanamura the punch to the back of the head, fireball punch right next to the ropes. There's one, there's two, there's three. And D.I.C.E suffering 2 losses in a week. Both very close. Just unfortunately not getting it done. And Brosona showing why they might be the next in line for a championship run. And for our third matchup of the evening, introducing first, it is the woman who would seemingly do anything for another title shot at this point. It is the change bringer, Delta. And her opponent, it is the Queen of Liars, Celestia Ludenberg. And here we go, Delta, Celeste staring each other down. Referee rings the bell to meet in the middle, with Delta immediately running towards the southern ropes and hitting a Hurricane Rana. Picking up Celeste in the chicken wing backbreaker, or chicken wing back stretch, and a stomp to the ankle. And Celeste with an over-the-shoulder suplex going for the pin. Referee a little bit late. And Delta kicks out for the 1. Celeste with an arm breaker, forcing Delta back up to her feet. And an Irish whip, tossing Delta over the top ropes. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match. Celeste with an arm breaker. And just tossing Delta face first into the apron. Delta tossing Celeste into the steel steps, forcing her back up to her feet, and tossing her again. Celeste back up to her feet, immediately into Delta's arms, and being sent into the steel steps. And again. And Delta's championship desperation translating to her ring work as well, it seems. Stomp on the upper arm. There's an arm breaker. And the pin. Referee not in good position, allowing Celeste to kick out. Head scissor Hurricane Rana once again. And Celeste rolling to the corner. And Delta going for the pin. There's only a 2 count. And now Celeste locking in the sleeper, and that is the most obvious rope break in the world. Celeste with a double foot stomp going for the pin. There's 1, 2, but not a 3. Celeste with a guillotine-esque hold. Well, no, excuse me, that's an armbar. And Delta slips out. Springboard stunner in the pin. There's 1, there's 2. Celeste kicks out. And going for another pin. There's 1, there's 2, and this time Celeste does not kick out.
Here is your winner,
And Delta finally getting another win. It's been a while. Not sure, if her championship hopes are any more alive, but they're not completely dead. And for our next matchup, introducing first, representing C's, it is Yukari Takeba.
making her way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, Yuri Tanaka.
And her opponent, it is the Detective Prince, Naoto Shirogane. Here go Naoto and Yukari staring each other down. Referee rings the bell, they meet in the middle, with Yukari forcing Naoto up over the shoulders and sending her down with a discus punch. Going for the ground and pound, but Naoto with the reversal. Wrist clutch into the knee strike. Looking for the roundhouse kick, but Yukari ducking underneath that. And a clothesline. Or a lariat, rather. Going for the pin. There's one. Naoto kicks out. Yukari with an Irish whip. Diving underneath. Jumping over. And an uppercut to the stomach. Naoto again with the reversal and a ground and pound. Yukari back up to her feet. Immediately turned around. And Naoto going for a sleeper. And Yukari fights her way out. Naoto with the reversal, sending Yukari in the corner, and a corner, and Zagiri. Grabbing the wrist, stomping on the back of the ribs. Now armbar, but Yukari gets herself out. Yukari forcing Naoto back up to her feet. Looking for the kick, but Naoto stepping out of the way. And setting Yukari up on the northern ropes. Now just tossing her to the side. I wonder what Naoto has in mind. Double leg dropkick into the barricade. Naoto tossing Yukari back inside the ring. And Naoto with an elbow drop. Yukari with the leg sweep and the ground and pound. And now Naoto again going for the pin. There's one, there's two. Yukari kicks out. Naoto lining up a finisher. Leg sweep into the roll-up. There's one, there's two, and Yukari again gets the shoulder up. Yukari with the pop-up. Knee to the stomach. Roundhouse kick to the back of the head. And Naoto slipping out of the corner. Yukari in the tree of woe, but kicking herself out. And a running clothesline sending them both down. Going for the pin. There's one, there's two. Naoto kicks out. Yukari walking Naoto back to the corner, but Naoto elbows out. Yukari looking for the knee, but Naoto with a dragon screw reversal. Knee on thigh again. Naoto the wrist clutch. The double knees. And again, wrist clutch stomps to the spine. And again, just punishing the back. Naoto with a suicide senton to the outside, forcing Yukari up, and a kick to the jaw. Looking for another kick, but Yukari with the reversal. The backflip into the knee strike. Naoto looked like she landed painfully, but stepping out of the way of the senton. Tossing Yukari into the corner before heading back inside the ring. Referee at the count of 4, nearly 5. Yukari back inside the ring, immediately into the clutches of Naoto, but Yukari with the reversal and the short shoot kicks. There's one, there's two. Yukari kicks, or excuse me, Naoto kicks out. Naoto crawling back to the corner. Yukari staring her down. And the corner trap kicks. But Naoto with another Russian leg sweep and another roll up. There's two, and finally gets it.
Here is your winner, the Prince Nomi Ibara.
And Naoto making a serious push for the belt. She already defeated Fiora once. It might be her that dethrones the double champion. And for a second tag team matchup of the evening, introducing first, it is Ibuki Miota and Hatsune Miku, the Cyber Idols.
The iconic duo.
And their opponents, coming off of a pretty big win last week, and they're looking to continue that momentum here tonight. It is Kaede Akamatsu and Maki Harukawa. It is the Killer Tunes. I don't know why suddenly I've never had the ability to speak to begin with, but here we go, mocking Miku the first in the ring, as Maki tosses Hatsune Miku into the corner, kicking her down, kicking her in the chest, and going early on the offense. Heading up top, hitting the elbow drop. And going for the pin. There's one, there's two. Miku kicks out. Maki taking in Kaede. And Miku with the reversal, forcing Kaede back up to her feet. And tossing her into the corner. Miku getting Kaede into the corner, double leg drop kick after the dangling kick. And taking in Ibuki. Ibuki with the stomp to the upper arm. And an arm breaker. And tossing Kaede back into the corner. Kaede elbowing out though. And a rolling neck breaker. Maki with a step-up punch. Shot to the back of the head. And a hip toss into an arm breaker. And a leg breaker. Maki tossing Ibuki into the corner. And just working on the arm. Maki with a clothesline. And the pin. Ibuki kicks out at 0. Now Ibuki tossing Maki into the corner. And Tegan and Hatsune Miku going for a tag team attack. And Maki just, Miku just cranking on the neck of Maki, who fights her way out. Maki going for the pin. There's 2. Ibuki breaks it up. And Maki tossing Hatsune Miku back into the corner. Wrapping the arm around the top rope. And just abusing the chest. And Hatsune Miku with the reversal. Elbow to the spine, tossing Maki into the corner. And just working on the arm. Dangling backstretch. Now Maki slow to her feet. Miku taking advantage. Running facebuster. Miku taking Maki down, looking for the double stomp, but Maki rolling out of the way. And tossing Hatsune Miku into the corner, tagging in Kaede. And Maki just tossing Miku into Kaede's boot. And going for the pin, there's 1, there's 2. Hatsune Miku kicks out. Miku kicking herself out of the corner. And Miku taking in Ibuki. Ibuki the wheelbarrow arm drag. as referees at the count of 6. There's 7, there's 8. Kaede needs to get back into the ring quickly, and she does. Now Kaede going for the pin. Miku's gonna break it up. And Kaede taking in Maki. Maki with the ground and pound. Forcing Ibuki back up to her feet. And a toss into the corner. Now would be a great time for a tag team attack. But no, Maki's sending Ibuki down. Over the shoulders, Maki setting up the F5. And the pin, there's 1, there's 2, Ibuki kicks out. And here we go, another tag team attack again. Maki sending Ibuki into Kaede's big boot and going for the pin. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3.
Here are your winners, the Union.
And the Killer Tunes picking up 2 big wins in a row. It's only a matter of time before they get the call to to compete for the belt. And next, introducing first, it is the Mad Dog of Shimano and the One-Eyed Slugger. It is Goro Majima.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Japan, weighing in at 176 pounds, Mad Dog Maria.
And his opponent, it is your newest men's Universal Champion,
And his opponent, from
Dr.
Megacorp
Eggman.
HQ, weighing in at 300 pounds, the men's undisputed hybrid Universal Champion, the Engineer, Dr. England.
Here we go, Majima and Eggman staring each other down. Referee rings the bell, Majima immediately running towards Eggman, taking him down with the Hurricane Rana. And knowing that if he wants to overcome this pretty big weight disparage, he needs to be on the offense and he needs to be on the offense quick. Headlock, but Eggman gets himself out. Picking Majima up over the shoulders, bouncing him off the top rope. And a split leg kick to the gut. Eggman with an arm breaker. And a knee smash. Majima finally kicking Eggman off of him. Punch to the back of the head that didn't seem to do anything. And Eggman back on the offensive. Tossing Majima for a run, diving underneath. And a big belly-to-belly splash. Stomp to the face. Stomp to the back of the head. And a knee to the bridge of the nose. Majima to the outside. Eggman staring him down, telling him to get back inside the ring. And Majima complies. Now Eggman with the bear hug. That Majima immediately gets himself out of. Hurricane Rana to take down again. And Eggman with an arm breaker reversal. Going for the cover, there's one and only one. Eggman dragging Majima away from the ropes. Pulling back on the arms, and there's an arm breaker of sorts. Or back breaker. Majima with a victory roll, double stomp. Going for a slightly delayed pin. There's one, there's two. Eggman kicks out. Eggman with the reversal of the signature, turning Majima around and going for the egg scrambler. And the pin surprises us in a rope break. There's two. Majima kicks out. Eggman forcing Majima over the shoulders and sending him down with a neck breaker. Looking for the splash, but Majima getting his knees up. Although, with all 300 pounds of Eggman, I'm not entirely sure how, painless that was. Majima forcing Eggman back up to his feet. And a facebuster. Now Majima hyping up the crowd. Certainly feeding off of their energy. And another facebuster. Eggman immediately up to his feet. But Majima with a backbreaker into a neckbreaker. And the pin, there's one, there's two, but no three. Standing shooting star press. And forcing Eggman up to his feet. Irish whip into the corner. But Eggman elbowing out. And a knee to the back of the neck. But Majima somehow with the reversal. Walking Eggman down south. Irish whip. Rolling over the back. Rolling underneath the clothesline. And a double leg drop kick. And Eggman the reversal. Forcing Majima up to his feet. Hammer punch to the back of the neck. And a rolling backbreaker. Eggman to the outside, climbing back in. Head scissor elbows, busting Majima open. And another headbutt. Going for the pin, there's one, there's two, and Majima kicks out. Eggman the pullback into the lariat. And the squash. Going for the pin, there's one, there's two, Majima still kicking out. And Majima again getting the knees up. Irish whip. Diving underneath, victory roll, Eggman pushing it away. And now a kick right to the lower back. And Eggman heading up top. Does he have the distance? I'm not quite sure. Not playing the odds. Forcing Majima back up to his feet. Diving axe handle punch. And looking for the 12-6 head scissor elbows, but Majima fights his way out. And the recoil. Going for the pin, there's one, there's two, no three. Another kick to the lower spine. And now both men giving everything that they still have in the tank, which isn't a lot. Majima the reversal, the knife edge chop, and sending Eggman down to the mat. And lining up something big. Another recoil. And the pin, there's one, there's two, and Majima getting it done.
Here is your winner,
Too bad that wasn't a championship match, because that would have been an incredible change of hands. And now for our penultimate matchup of the evening. Introducing first, it is the Blue Jay, Jayden Moon.
Weighing in at 132 pounds, Jayden Moore.
And his opponent, representing the Phantom Thieves of Heart, it is the Phantom Fox.
Foundation from Tokyo, Japan. Weighing in at 145 pounds, the Phantom Fox.
It's Yusuke Kitagawa. You know I always have to do it. Here go both men ready. Referee rings the bell. And Jayden on the offense early with a moonsault. Into the elbow drop DDT. Or elbow drop reverse DDT. Jayden forcing Yusuke back up to his feet. And looking for the neck breaker, but Yusuke fighting his way out. And the ground and pound stomp to the sternum. Excuse me. Yusuke forcing Jayden back up to his feet. Toss into the corner. And a scoop slam. Now Yusuke middle rope. Jayden up to his feet. And stepping out of the way. Jayden with an arm breaker. Stomping on the mask. And tossing Yusuke over the top rope. And not joining him. Jayden staying inside the ring, finally rolling to the outside. And Yusuke immediately tossing him back in. Now Jayden going for the pin, not even a 1 count. Moonsault. Another elbow drop, reverse DDT. And that was scoop, but Yusuke from behind. Forcing Jayden back up to his feet. A combo into a suplex. And dragging him away. And now looking for the spinning back heel kick. Yusuke going for the pin. There's 1, there's 2. Jayden kicks out. Jayden with the reversal back on the offense. Springboard moonsault. And middle rope, but stepping down as soon as he saw Yusuke going back up to his feet. So there's the Irish whip. Ducking underneath, and an arm drop. Jayden with a stomp to the back of the head. And now hyping up the crowd. Referee at a 2 count. Still a little bit of time. Still plenty of time, actually. And Yusuke tossing Jayden into the ring post. Referee at a really fast 5. Jayden kicking himself out there. 6. Spinning back heel kick. And a knee to the throat. There's 7. And 8. They need to get back into the ring quick now. Knee to the gut. There's 9. Jayden sliding back into the ring. Yusuke back up to his feet, but not in time. And probably not the way that Jayden wanted to win. But playing by the rules, or playing the rules to his advantage. Getting a count-out victory. Doesn't quite sit well with me, but eh. And now for our main event of the evening. Introducing first, it is the baddest girl of Eclipse, your former Miss Money in the Bank, former Miss Universal Champion, former Miss Cruiserweight Champion, technically. It is the ultimate inventor, Miu Iruma. And her opponent, it is 2B. And yeah, this ought to be a pretty good match. Here go both women staring each other down. Referee rings the bell, they meet in the middle, kind of expecting one of them to rush towards each other. Miu on a pretty good streak, well, pretty good season so far. Looking to get her name back in the conversation to challenge A2. Whereas 2B coming off of a very disappointing loss against A2 on Sunday for the championship belt, where she reversed not one, but 3 signatures. So doing everything she could and still not getting the 3 count. Looking for a little bit of revenge. Or not revenge necessarily, but a bit of a comeback. As Miu forcing 2B over the top rope, trying to toss her back inside the ring. Not quite going, so over the shoulder and a knee strike. And Miu tossing 2B over from one side of the outside to the other. Miu going for a interesting looking move and ended up bashing the head against the bottom of the steel steps. Backflip senton from 2B that lands. Miu back inside the ring at the count of 4. Running clothesline, going for the pin. There's 1, there's 2. 2B kicks out. Forcing 2B back up to her feet. But 2B elbows out. Scoop slam. And a double knee strike to the chest. Neck breaker. And 2B forcing Miu back up to her feet. Forearm to the throat. And now another scoop slam. Heading up top. Diving crossbody. Going for the pin. There's 1. Miu kicks out. And now 2B going for a backstretch. Miu fighting her way out quickly. And tossing 2B into the corner. Turning 2B around face first into the turnbuckle. And a scoop slam in the corner. Middle rope. Reversal after reversal. But 2B with the combo. The clotheslines, the kick. Sending Miu down. And a stomp to the upper arm. Irish whip. Going for the suplex, but Miu fighting her way out. Kick to the chest and the triple X-plex. Going for the pin. There's one, there's two, and 2B kicks out. Miu lining up again. And another triple X-plex. And looking to put 2B away. There's one, there's two, and 2B again kicking out. Miu with a crossbody to the outside. And an arm breaker. B kicking herself out of the out on the outside. Miu kicking out right back. 2B tossing Miu into the steel steps. And a knee strike to the spine. Referee to 5 count. Arm breaker make that 6. Another arm breaker. There's 7 and 2B. Walking Miu back inside the ring. Wanting to win this match properly. And a Russian leg sweep sending Miu down. Miu elbowing out though. Still having some fight in her. But 2B with a facebuster Russian leg sweep. And now setting up the big spinning back heel kick. There's 1, there's 2, and Miu gets the shoulder up. To be forcing Miu back up. Irish whip. And a sling blade. Dragging Miu away from the ropes. Going for the stomp of Miu rolling out of the way. Walking 2B to the corner. Over the back, ducking underneath, clothesline. And the double knees, and just adding insult to injury. Going for the pin, there's 1, there's 2, 2B still kicking out. And 2B reversing, forcing Miu to the outside. Rolling her onto her back. Elbow to the thigh. And a leg breaker. There's a 5 count. Miu sending 2B into the ring with that reversal. Looking for the double leg dropkick. 2B rolling out of the way. And now neck breaker. B going for the pin. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. And 2B getting a little bit of consolation for her loss on Sunday Doesn't mean much since it wasn't for the belt, but maybe she's setting up a rematch. Who knows? But with that, I would like to thank you all for joining us here tonight and hope to see you on Monday for Jaren. Hope, of course, next week, Friday for Eclipse, as we approach the final 5 PLEs of the year. Which sounds like a lot, but really it's not. And we are setting up what should be 8-Bit Brawl. Still have yet to decide, but it should be 8-Bit Brawl. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining us, and hope to see you then. And until then, we are signing out from Portland, Oregon. See ya.